2018 has left me with more than 10 games that I liked, but in the end, I narrowed it down, and I'm proud to present to you my top 10 games of 2018. What's up, YouTube? My name is Ryan Ramakrishnan. If you are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell while you're there, because you guys are going to want to stay up to date on this playlist and other future content as we prepare for 2019 games and look back at the amazing year that was 2018. I've had a lot of really great experiences this year across all platforms, and I'm really excited to tell you all about them. So definitely make sure you keep it up on this series so you can hear me talk about all those games, because I could not keep this list into one video. It would drag on way too much, and I really wanted to give enough attention to all of these games individually. So we are halfway through this list, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for me to be able to tell you guys all about my number 5 game of 2018.
Where we begin does not define who we will become.
After 2017's breathtaking reinvention of Assassin's Creed in the form of Assassin's Creed Origins, I was admittedly a little concerned of them returning back to the annual release schedule. But not minutes into Assassin's Creed Odyssey's first E3 trailer, I was already immersed and resultingly sold on what they were about to give me. And my time with Assassin's Creed Odyssey has been seamless. With dozens of hours punched into the game, I always was feeling like I barely scratched the surface of the epic adventure, yet almost certainly loved every minute of it. Assassin's Creed's open world design was pushed to great heights this time around, undoubtedly taking cues from many of its action RPG and open world contemporaries. With every step of the way, a new side quest or an explorable location would pop up on the map. It was almost overwhelming at first, as if Ubisoft was giving a little too much, or at the very least, a map too large. However, I personally loved the world and found it really enjoyable to explore and just take in. And my horse, one that would not die so easily, Phobos, was able to be called in from anywhere across the massive Greek world map with a quick whistle. And Phobos, while not as fast or as exhilarating as a modern day set game's automobile, was a pretty fun way to get around. And the riding called for no stamina or challenge, just simple horse riding as traversal. And I really liked the way that I was able to jump off a cliff with him and then watch him get right back up. Speaking of which, Kassandra did the same for me. Over time, her abilities got better and better. I managed to jump from great, amazing heights and roll seamlessly with no damage. My abilities included ramming foes, Spartan kicking them off mountains, poisoning enemies with my swords, and so much more. The combat of Assassin's Creed Odyssey is absolutely excellent. I often found myself challenged, no doubt, but never was I overly stressed, thanks to the brutality of the weapon combat and the way it plays into a much more tactical system, smarter than the older Assassin's Creed games. It was one of my favorite combat systems that this year had to offer. Assassin's Creed Odyssey allowed me to mess around with new weapons on an extremely frequent basis. Sometimes I got a little bloated with the dozens of gear pieces and weapons at my disposal, but I did love choosing which one I'd like to use next, balancing my stats to my liking and deciding which loadout was right for me.
In this world, there are no wrong paths, no wrong decisions, only who you choose to become.
And this title does role-playing super well without going into overwhelmingly deep territories. For my style, this action RPG take on the franchise is the perfect blend of accessibility and really fun combat and gear systems. Finding new pieces of armor, putting sets of the finest legendary gear together, and upgrading my favorite ones to find the best stats and ultimately viable loadouts proved to be a pretty rewarding one. I really love the gameplay of Assassin's Creed Odyssey for so many reasons. In the end, a video game is at its finest in terms of entertainment for how it plays, and my version of Kassandra became all-powerful, with some of the most awesome weapons and skills to use on my foes, stealthily sneaking around an enemy camp and killing quietly from behind, or alternatively, using my many types of arrows in the coolest ways possible, resulted in some great satisfaction. But of course, the aforementioned exciting action of the game's combat was probably the most satisfying, thanks to the violent finishers, epic combos, and stylish movement around the enemies.
Leonidas. He was Sparta's last true hero. The same blood courses through your veins.
Amongst the delightful exploration of the gorgeously realized world and the intense, satisfying stealth and action alike, Assassin's Creed Odyssey also comes with a really notably solid storytelling approach. I chose to play as Kassandra, like I said, and I thought that her voice actor did a really good job. The writing was really on par, and I'd say the same for every other character in this game. I really liked the side characters, both big and small. Side quests were done better than ever, thanks to the push to become an RPG. Assassin's Creed Odyssey's world feels alive, with this many random characters having their own individual problems and narratives as a result. But ultimately, the way that Kassandra, or Alexios' story, is told in the end is the most memorable and interesting thing of all. In the end, this is the finest Assassin's Creed game yet for me. I've loved this more than any game in the franchise yet. The really compelling time period and the world that Ubisoft provided us is complemented by some unique and enjoyable characters and story moments, and of course, visceral, engaging, violent, and really fun combat in a successful push to turn a dried up franchise into something so much more special.
Embrace this journey, my child, as this is your Odyssey.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for now, but I have plenty of other videos coming your way, and you're definitely going to want to make sure that you are staying up to date by ringing the notification bell so you guys can check out the rest of the series as it is released and uploaded, because I'm super excited to talk about a lot more games. And whether you're watching from the very beginning where I start with number 10, or you're ready for the actual Game of the Year discussion with the number 1, I think that there's a lot of fun to be had in this discussion where I tell you about the games that I loved and respectfully give the developers their attention that they deserve, and talk about why you deserve to check them out if you have not already. And then of course the discussions that we get to spark in the comments below. So I'm hoping that you guys will leave me your own lists. I didn't get to play everything this year because it has been a busy year, and not just games but just in general, of course, so I don't get to play every game, but I'm really excited to see what you guys think in the comments below. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys are enjoying this series, and of course I hope that you're stoked to hear my Game of the Year and then let me know your own. So once more, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.